Hey, Joe Parner here. Hope you're doing great. Episode 79 of Insights has just dropped, and what we're focusing on episode 79 is how to create self-trust and self-respect. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you get great value from it. Look forward to your comments and thoughts. See you soon. Bye for now. Episode 79. I hope you're all doing well. Today, I'm really excited to be actually going into some practical tips on how to create self-trust and self-respect. So we'll get onto that in a moment. Just some quick housekeeping. For those of you who are fascinated by the realm of human behavior and more specifically behavioral profiling, I've got a free training coming up that goes for a day and a half on November 24, 25. It's a deep dive into everything profiling, and whether you're a HR person, a coach, consultant, or just someone who's just insatiably curious about human behavior, if you want to come along, just hop over to joeparner.com.au and you'll see there that you can, it's pretty obvious there where to register. And for those of you who want to continue the journey beyond that particular day and a half, you can also become an internationally accredited consultant and practitioner of eDisc, because eDisc is the actual instrument that I've been using for the last 12 years in my business for profiling teams and companies and individuals. It's a fascinating instrument. So yeah, November 24, 25, if you're curious, day and a half, 10 till 6 on day one, Melbourne, Sydney time, and 10 till 1 on the second day, which is the 25th of November, which I believe is a Friday. Alrighty, so how to create self-trust and self-respect. So emotional fitness is about there's lots of different ways of defining emotional fitness, right? I mean, the core essence of emotional fitness is, ultimately measured by the quality of our relationship with uncertainty. Emotional fitness can also be looked at as something that we're becoming, but becoming what specifically? Well, what I love to call emotional fitness is about becoming a professional giver of significance. So let's have a look at what this means. Now, this really matters because most people have very little self-respect. Now, self-respect is one of the most powerful and important gifts we could possibly give ourselves. And this is because self-respect provides us with clarity. Clarity of what? Clarity of boundaries, clarity of priorities, clarity of where we stand in our relationships, professionally, personally, and anything in between. So respect may also be known as significance. So when I just mentioned earlier, as I just shared, that emotional fitness is about becoming a professional giver of significance, in your mind, I would love for you to use the words significance and respect. Like you can swap those words over as synonyms. You can use them. I forgot the word I was going to use to describe this, but significance and respect, you can use them interchangeably. That's the word I was reaching for, interchangeably. So there you go. So respect may also be known as significance. By embracing the notion of being a giver of significance, we lay down what I call the psychological pathway for someone to begin respecting themselves. I'll say that again. By embracing the notion of being a giver of significance, we lay down the psychological pathway for someone to begin respecting themselves. Naturally, self-respect can be defined in so many different ways. Now, in this instance, my definition of self-respect is valuing oneself as much as you value anybody else you have respect for. So let me say that again. My personal definition of self-respect is where you value yourself as much as you value anybody else you have respect for. So self-respect matters immensely because it's a precursor to something else that's crucial to our emotional well-being and our emotional fitness. And that precursor is a precursor to self-love. So I'll say that again. Self-respect matters immensely because it is a precursor to self-love. It is very, very difficult to be emotionally fit and well if we lack both these qualities. That's the qualities of self-love and self-respect. So the next question may well be, well, how do I discover or create or embrace self-respect? It's a great question, and that's what we're going to answer right now. So here's a couple of different ways of looking at this. By becoming a professional giver of significance, by being a giver of significance, it's absolutely one of the most direct pathways to self-respect. We need to bring into the world what we would like to see in the world. Now, by the world, I'm not talking about the world globally. I'm talking about your localized psychological world, our worlds that we experience every day. Walking down a supermarket aisle or going to the milk bar to buy some milk or going off to work or going into a meeting. That's our world. So by bringing respect or being a giver of significance in all of those instances, what we're doing is we're bringing into the world what we would like to see. So being a giver of significance means that in almost all instances, we give respect to others. So for example, allowing people in front of you in traffic or in a supermarket aisle, as I love often referring to supermarket aisle. I love the supermarket. It's a really weird thing that I have that I just love going to the supermarket. I love getting lost in the supermarket too. It's just one of those quirky things. It is uncanny how the more we take care of those around us, the more our world takes care of us. It's uncanny how the more we take care of those around us, the more our world takes care of us. So being a giver of significance also means that when you are chatting with someone that you know very well, at work or at play, that you remember what matters to them and what little joys you may bring into their lives. Like, for example, just remembering how they have their coffee, or I remember there was one particular fellow in an office that I used to rent out of when I used to have a little office in Melbourne. He wasn't a coffee person. So many times I would offer him coffee and he would say no, not to realize that he doesn't drink coffee, but he drinks a certain fruit juice. I can't remember exactly now. It was many, many, many years ago. But I remember remembering what fruit juice he drinks. So when I would pop over there and ask the fellow next to him if he would like a coffee, and turn to him, I'd say, "Would you like your, grapefruit juice or whatever it was?" And you'd see the micro joy in his eyes and in his soul. It was just beautiful. So these are many little ways that we can be a giver of significance. When it comes to people we deeply care for and love, whether that be a partner, a son, a daughter, a best friend, we can be givers of significance by being completely present when they are speaking with us. By being completely present, we make them feel significant. We'll make them feel special and therefore respected. And therefore we will get that back within us, you see. Now, another way of introducing self-respect is by embracing self-care. This can come in many different forms, whether this is by taking care of our bodies with some kind of nurturing treatment, or by taking time out to spend some time with a dear friend, or by taking time out to be alone, or, spend time in nature, or going to a movie, or embracing a daily ritual such as meditating or performing our favorite sport or whatever it might be. These are wonderful ways of introducing self-respect through the doorway of self-care. So that's another cool tip. Another way is by choosing to become consistent. Now, firstly, let's not confuse consistency with perfection. Consistency is far from perfection. What are we becoming consistent to? So what do you mean? Consistent to what? Consistency is remaining loyal to your values, loyal to what matters to you, loyal to rituals which serve and enrich you and enrich others, loyal to becoming the next best version of yourself. Most importantly, being loyal to the promises that you make to yourself. Now, by doing all of those things, you bring in self-respect. So on a final note, we are continually teaching others how to treat us. We are continually teaching others how to treat us. The most direct and narrow path to self-respect is by giving it. Many people, unfortunately, sit in front of empty fireplaces demanding heat, metaphorically speaking. Naturally, we need to go out and find the wood first, place it in the fireplace, spark the kindle, and off we go. Many people demand respect before giving it. This can only lead to frustration and difficult moments. Being emotionally fit and becoming a conscious giver of significance deepens our sense on, micro joyous moments. Micro joyous moments, do you love it? Which, when we have a few of these micro joyous moments, they can lead to changing how we perceive our day. At the end of the day, that's all we really have is our perception. So I hope you enjoyed some of those quick tips, simple tips, in terms of how we can embrace becoming a giver of significance. Because by giving of significance, we become consciously aware, or in other words, sensitive to how it is that we can demonstrate our respect for others. And we can do this, in any which way, from letting someone in traffic, as I've just shared with you here, all the way through to being completely present to someone that you love when they're talking with you about something that really matters to them, or just simply talking to you about anything. So being a giver of significance is something that I believe is a core ingredient of not only an emotionally fit person, but also someone who I call a professional human being. So I hope you enjoyed that quick, sharp one today. And as I shared at the opening of this wonderful episode, yes, if you're curious to know or go deeper into the realm of behavioral profiling or human behavior, there's a 1.5 day free training coming up on November 24, 25 called Introduction to eDisc. And you can just head over to joeparnett.com.au for all the details there. Pretty straightforward. There's actually, when you click the link there and to register, if this is something for you, there's a little 3-minute video where I explain what the training's all about. So, all right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And I look forward to the next episode, which is going to be episode 80. Can't believe it. All right. Enjoy. Bye for now. Welcome to episode 79. I hope you're all doing well.